Hello, my brothers and sisters. Well, hello, my sisters and brothers. Welcome to the Law of One. Personal interactions and social interactions deal with orange and yellow ray energies. About this topic I wish to speak. Here is a question to QO. The Confederation has often talked about the orange and the yellow ray energy centers in terms of power, particularly on the negative path. Power over individuals or social or group power. I was wondering if this power can be described in positive terms, and if so, what that looks like for each of those energy centers. I am QO and am aware of your query, my brother. For the orange ray energy center, the expression of the prana, or love light of the one infinite creator in a positive sense, through this center, would allow the entity activating this energy center to relate to one other entity in a manner which was of acceptance, of giving, of that sharing which is personal, emotional, and individual to the two entities engaged in this type of energy exchange. The negatively oriented entities will utilize such energies in order to separate from and control such other selves that relate to the negative self on a one-to-one basis. The positively oriented entity will utilize the energies of the orange ray in order to welcome and enjoy the offerings of another in hopes that the offerings of the self to the other will be enjoyed in a similar fashion. In the yellow ray energy center, there is the opportunity to expand the energies of the one creator upon the level of the group. The entities that are united in a certain fashion that allows them to share a commonality that is expressed within the group, such as the home or family, the school, the workplace, the team, and so forth. These energies, in the positive sense, are utilized in order to share the abilities of the group in what you might call the training wheels phenomenon. That will later become, if the fourth density harvest is achieved by the society, the social memory complex. In the yellow ray energy center, however, before that complex forms, there is the opportunity to begin to relate to other groups as if there was a common goal or feature between what in negative polarity is seen as competing groups. Thus, in the positive sense, the entities share that which is theirs, that which is unique to them, with that which is needed by others in a group sense, so that two groups then become much likened unto one group. In this positive sense, then, each group becomes, in effect, the other group, so that there is one group as a result. Is there a further query, my brother? Yes, thank you. Just very quickly, if you could tell me how correct I am in this statement. that an unpolarized individual prior to opening the green ray energy center might experience both of these types of energies in the positive and negative sense, in going throughout their days. And then the polarization begins to happen once they start choosing one expression of those energies or another. Would that be an accurate way to clarify the situation? I am QO and am aware of your query, my brother. And we would in general agree with your summation of the process and quality of sharing the orange and the yellow ray energies, so that eventually these energies then are able to allow the entity so expressing them in the positive sense to be able to make certain transitions into the green ray energy center, moving in a unified fashion so that there is the freely given consideration, compassion, love, and understanding, each to the other individual, each group to the other group, so that these individual and group energies then become spiraling in a fashion that moves into unconditional love for all entities and all groups, whether they are within the evident reach of the particular individual or group. Thus, the magnification of the positively oriented energies freely shared with the individual, with the other group, then becomes magnified once again so that there is the sharing with all of the creation in an unclaimed, or we search this instrument's mind for the word unconditional sense. Is there a further query, my brother? Incidentally, I had questions about the orange and yellow ray also. First, a prelude. Is the full negative use of orange and yellow ray that includes separation and control from others, enslavement, manipulation, and so forth, is that a blockage of the orange and yellow rays? I am QO and am aware of your query, my brother. This is a query which is not easy to identify what is blockage and what is not, for it depends upon the polarity of the entity so blocking. The entity of a positive nature who wishes to utilize the yellow and the orange energy centers in its polarization process does well to open itself freely and in the giving and receiving of such energies. If there is the blocking of any energy for any reason, which results in the separation of the self from another self, then the positively oriented entity has reduced its ability to polarize in the positive sense. However, the negatively oriented entity will use such blockages to separate itself from other selves, and because separation and control are the key factors in the negative polarization, this type of blockage then serves the negatively oriented entity well, for it is able then to separate itself in a conscious fashion from another being or other beings or situations, so that this separation allows it to engage in the control and manipulation of the entities or situation, thereby enhancing its ability to polarize in the negative sense. Is there a further query, my brother? Yes, thank you. I understand that the negative path is a viable one, and that, as Ra describes it, there is power in that falsity. But I don't understand the physics of the energy movement. If the negative entity is blocking, intentionally, orange and yellow ray, how is it that they are drawing power through those centers, even to the point of making contact with intelligent infinity? I am QO and am aware of your query, my brother. The negatively oriented entity will block the natural flow of orange and yellow ray energies to other individual or groups in order that it might, in some fashion, gain a control of these individuals or groups' own orange and yellow ray energies and enhance its own energy system in this blockage and control of others. Then, this energy that is gained from others is able to be added to the negatively oriented entity's orange and yellow ray energy centers, as they now become unblocked to function in their ability to control other selves. Is there another query, my brother? I have one as a follow-up to the previous query. Would an entity so polarized towards the negative always be conscious of that, or be conscious of the fact that they are drawing energy from other selves in order to control and separate? In other words, how conscious does one have to be in order to do that? I am QO and am aware of your query, my sister. The negatively oriented entity, utilizing the orange and yellow ray energy centers for separation from and control over others about it, must be totally conscious, aware of the situation in which it is engaged. For the negative path is one which requires a certain purity of will and desire in order to function in the negative sense. For the creation about all entities is one of unity. In order to travel the path of that which is not, that is the path of separation from and control over others, the negatively oriented entity must consciously focus all of its energies and desires and intentions upon its goal, that is, to take that which is another's, in the way of energy center activation and production of the yellow and orange ray energies. Is there a final query at this time? I have a final query, QO. The researchers at the International Community of Tamira have concluded that, or theorized that, the free flows of eons, which would be the free flow of energy throughout all energy centers with one another and the planet, is pivotal for our healing. In that vein, they have concluded that partnership, or the mated relationship, is comparable with what they call free love, or the flow, the open flow of orange ray energy where it wishes to arise. Can QO comment on that? I am QO and am aware of your query, my brother. The utilization of the energy centers, whether it be the red, the orange, or any other energy center in a mated relationship or a partnership, is helpful if the intention of the mating or the sexual energy exchange is the enhancing of the vibratory nature of the planetary consciousness. That is, the energies of Mother Earth, as you would say. The consciousness of the planetary energies, then, is also transferred to the population of the planet so that this conscious dedication of the use of sexual energy exchange becomes that which enhances and magnifies the well-being, shall we say, of the planetary consciousness and the group consciousness of the population of the planet. This is much likened to the enhancing and speeding up of the vital energies of both individuals, groups, and the planet itself. For these vital energies are being used in a spiritual sense in order that the goal, which is the betterment of the planetary condition, might be realized. Thus, the desire and the will and the focus of intention to do so is that which is of utmost importance to the ones participating in the sexual energy exchange. At this time, we would thank each of you for your love, your light, your conscientiousness, your support of this contact, and your questions. For you do us a great favor by offering us these pearls and gems of beauty, of wisdom, and of unity. We are with you always, at your request to enhance your meditative vibrations. Though we shall not speak at such a time, but are willing to be with you whenever you ask us to be in your meditations with you. This is a function of our desire to remain faithful to this group as this group has remained faithful to us. You are offering us an opportunity that is magical, powerful, and infinite in the ability to be of service to you and to those who will become aware of this information in later times, as you would call it. We cannot thank you enough for allowing us to have a beingness within your consciousness and within your density of choice. We are those known to you as those of QO. We leave you now in the love and in the light of the one infinite Creator. Adone Avasu Boragas.